Did you know that 71% of property investors only own one investment property? But why is that? When I look at first homeowners, what I see is people have a very clear why. They're crystal clear on why they are doing what they're doing. They want to own their first home. They want to get out of the renting cycle. They want to create a legacy for their family and for their future. They're very clear on their why. And that clarity on their why creates clarity in terms of their behaviors, and their behaviors start to channel towards that goal. We see families, their control game is on point. Their sacrifice game is on point. From a control perspective, they've got everything in place. They have the clear why, but they're also very clear in their behaviors financially. Funds are flowing towards their goal of owning a property. Their spending is down, their savings is up, and they're very clear. They're moving towards that at speed. And they hit the goal. They maintain clarity around their why when it comes to the investment property number one. And I see this so often. They're like, yes, we want to build a legacy. Yes, we want to leave something for our children. Yes, we want all of these things. They have a clear why. They keep on moving. They hit property one. They stay focused. They stay clear in their behaviors, and their behaviors lead them towards the outcome that they're after. But when it comes to investment property number 2, 3, 4, and 5, what I find is a lot of people become very vague in their why. They start to be unclear on why they're doing what they're doing. And then there's a shift in the behaviors. We see the direction around there from a dollars and cents perspective. Other priorities start to come in, and they start shifting money towards other things. They become very vague on why they would want investment property number 2 or investment property number 3, 4, or 5. They no longer have the same clarity. The why is very vague, and the why makes them directionless. And what happens is they could even start to regress in their behaviors. Think of the same analogy. You spent time, you've decided you want to lose weight, you fix up your diet, you fix up your training, and you drop weight, and then you hit your goals. And then what happens? You start to regress and you start to put the weight back on. And it happens in property too, guys. It happens in property. And it happens for 2 reasons. So the first one I've been clear on, I've spoken about this whole conversation, is around the why, and they're not crystal clear on the why. But the number 2 reason is because people also feel like they've accomplished their why. They've already accomplished the things that they set out to do. And it's like when you watch someone sprint 100 meters, when they get to the finish line, they slow down and they stop, right? And so when people lack clarity around their why, it can make them feel like they've already accomplished their goals. And what happens is they start playing the comfort game. And the comfort game, if you're not careful, can become the poverty game, and you completely regress on your behaviors. Just like when you lose weight, you can put the weight back on. It happens with property investing too. People can buy properties, they can start to build a portfolio, they can have a first home which they live in, they can have an investment property, and then moving towards property number 3, which is investment property number 2. But the behaviors stop. The behaviors stop. Lack of focus. And now all of a sudden it gets hard to save. Now all of a sudden it gets hard to make good financial decisions and priorities and prioritize financially, because they're trying to do all things. So guys, if you find yourself in this position and you're just floating along and you feel a bit directionless, I would encourage you strongly to go back and look at your why. Get focused on your why. There's a whole module on the why in our control pillar. It's module number 1, start with why. If you go through those exercises again and you create clarity in your own mind and your own life around why you're doing what you're doing, you will once again move at speed towards your goals, and you will become a part of the other 29% that own multiple properties. You'll get to 5+ properties. Get clear on your why, and I'll see you at the top of the mountain.